Texas trying to bounce back from its first loss of the season, while UConn playing its second game without its head coach. Hey, how are you folks? Jason Horowitz, glad to be with you here on the College Basketball Preview Show, brought to you by the California Almond Board. Be a pro snacker with a handful of California almonds this season. Let's bring in CBS Sports' Clark Kellogg, who will be on hand in stores to call the game between the #1 team in the nation and Connecticut. And Clark, the big story heading into this game, obviously off the court with Jim Calhoun taking a leave of absence for his health. They played Wednesday. They beat St. John's. What do you think the effect on this team is that has been in this situation before without Jim Calhoun?
You know, Jason, I really don't have any idea. Obviously, it's a loss when you have your leader and a guy like Jim Calhoun not on the sidelines. It's happened before. Some of these players actually experienced it last year at the start of the NCAA tournament. So I think at the end of the day, as long as they feel as though Coach Calhoun is doing well and doing what's best for him, they're in capable hands with George Blaney and the rest of the UConn staff. I think the players will be excited about trying to get a win at home against a very good Texas team.
And on that note, yes, Jim Calhoun's not there, but this is a very important game because you said it on the broadcast Sunday at Michigan. They really don't have a signature victory. UConn doesn't, and they've got a lot of opportunities. Just how important is this game for the Huskies?
Well, I think it's important. I think every game as you get into January and February, Jason, is really significant because it means something when you're playing conference opponents, if you're trying to chase a conference championship. And when you step out of the conference against a high-quality opponent, it's another opportunity to show who you are and what you can be as far as NCAA tournament potential. So I think it's really significant. But I don't like to put must-win on any particular game, particularly at this point in time, because you still have ample opportunities playing in the Big East Conference to show that you're a tournament-worthy team. So important. It's on your home court. You would love to get a signature win, but I don't think it's the be-all, end-all at this point in the season.
That's certainly a fair point. You just can't let the losses continue to pile up because that certainly doesn't look good no matter what point of the season that is.
No, you're right. You're exactly right.
Clark, for Texas, its first loss of the season, they went to Kansas State and a very good Wildcats team on its home floor. They got the victory, and Texas is coming off that first loss. The game before that against A&M, they struggled at home against Texas A&M. What has been the difference the last couple games, whereas they were blowing some teams out before, including conference games, to the last couple of games?
Well, I think what I saw in the Kansas State game was a team that was offensive, literally and figuratively. That's where their problems are. Offensive in that they were impatient. Shot selection was poor. They threw the ball all over the place. And that has been their problem. I mean, in the last two games, 129 points. This is a team that gets to 80, 85 easily when they're playing at their best. So I think offensively they've just become a little impatient, have not taken care of the ball, and they need to get the big fella going again. Dexter Pittman has really struggled in conference play, only 7 points a game, 35% shooting, limited minutes on the floor. He's got to become more of a force for Texas to be as good as it can be.
And what about the freshman sensation, Avery Bradley? He struggled the last couple of games as well.
Well, that happens sometimes. You know, the level of intensity that you have to play with, the workload that you're required to carry as a Division I basketball player at this level is very challenging for a freshman. And all players during the course of the season go through periods where they hit some resistance. And when you're a freshman, it's even more exacerbated. So I think it was mainly a matter of perhaps physical and some mental fatigue for Avery Bradley. But they've had quite a few days to rest and get ready for this UConn game. I think we'll see a much sharper and more efficient Texas team on Saturday.
And they've showed they can go on the road and win this season as well. Clark, you're calling the game. I'm not going to ask you to pick a winner because that just wouldn't be right. We'll see you on Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern on CBS.
All right, Jason, thanks.
All right, folks, for more on this game, keep it right here with CBSSports.com. And don't forget the College Basketball Preview Show brought to you by the California Almond Board. For Clark Kellogg, I'm Jason Horowitz. Take care, folks.